West Asia stands at the doorstep of hell. Donald Trump has pressed the dangerous button of the century to behead the snake and turn Iran's spiritual supremacy into ashes. However, Tehran has shaken the world with the language of a life-and-death struggle, declaring, "You fire the first shot, but we will finish the last one." The drama witnessed in Venezuela will not be repeated on Persian soil. Behind 5,000 years of historical progress, Iran's concrete city tunnels have been opened. Iran's venomous missiles have once again opened their mouths to bury America's massive warships into the depths of the sea. Today, Trump is in a tight spot. To strike is a grave. Not to strike is humiliation. Only a few minutes remain before history changes and the fall of empires is announced. As war clouds hang over the skies of West Asia, the world is catching its breath. The saying, "This year's conflict between Iran and America is unlike any other," is being heard in the public square. Although Donald Trump has returned to the White House and moved his fingers to unleash the military barrage he envisioned against Tehran, things have not gone as smoothly as planned. Iran, a land of ancient civilization and a modern military giant, has sent a message to its enemies in the language of hot lead and missiles. "If you think we have only one day left, you are mistaken." Contrary to the rhetoric of Western media, Iran's internal strength and its capacity to resist external threats have become more formidable than ever. Specifically, what Iran views as the unacceptable presidential theft drama orchestrated by America against the leader of Venezuela has made Tehran more alert and ready for attack. It is reported that the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has entered a highly complex, technologically advanced underground concrete city bunker in Tehran to parry a potential surprise attack from the U.S. This move is not born of fear, but of strategic wisdom, waiting in ambush for the enemy while protecting the leadership from unexpected danger. At the beginning of 2026, Trump was determined to return Iran to the Stone Age. However, there are tangible reasons that forced this unpredictable leader to put his plans back in the drawer. Chief among these is the refusal of regional countries such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey to allow American warplanes to use their airspace. U.S. military leaders fully understand that launching a war against Iran without the cooperation of neighboring countries would be a one-way trip to hell. Furthermore, the wave of change and popular uprising that Trump expected to ignite within Iran has been stifled by the government's security apparatus and the people's sense of patriotism. The Western calculation that Iran would collapse under economic sanctions and internal protest has vanished like dust before the roar of the Persian lion. The recently unveiled Khorramshahr-4 missile, with a range of 2,000 kilometers and a 1,500-kilogram warhead, is capable of penetrating deep into the earth. This missile is an overseas plague that ensures any U.S. military base in the Middle East or Israeli stronghold remains within Iran's line of sight. While America attempts to spark unrest by deploying Elon Musk's Starlink internet network in Iran via contraband, the Iranian security structure is carefully countering this digital invasion. Tehran is demonstrating in practice that it will not surrender its sovereignty to anyone, whether in the cyber realm or on the physical battlefield. It is said that among the options on his desk, President Donald Trump has reached his most dangerous and daring decision: to directly target Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and his successor son Mujtaba Khamenei for assassination. According to reports from Axios and Reuters, Trump is determined to bring about regime change under the slogan "Beheading the Snake." However, to Iranians, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is no ordinary leader. He is a symbol of the country's existence and an icon of 1,000 years of Persian pride. Iran has built a wall of human force and complex underground fortresses to repel such an attack. U.S. security agencies warned that touching the Ayatollah would be equivalent to giving Iran's military wings across the globe the green light to launch a war of resurrection. The negotiations and exchanges of letters mediated by Oman in recent weeks have served as a showcase of Iranian diplomatic dominance. When U.S. envoys sent a letter requesting limits to the missile program, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi's refusal to even open the envelope was a moment of pride that showed the world Tehran will not negotiate its sovereignty. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is working day and night to drag America into war. According to the Times of Israel, Israel has completed its preparations to force the U.S. into joint military action. But Trump remains in a massive dilemma. He has amassed giant warships and jets in the Middle East, yet he fears that returning this force without using it would humiliate American honor. Former diplomats suggest that if Trump attacks Iran, he will fall victim to an ugly or catastrophic regional war. The axis of resistance stationed by Iran in Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen are awaiting orders to wipe America and Israel off the map. The Iranian government is not a flimsy structure that collapses under explosions and threats. This system is an iron wall built on a 1,000-year historical footprint, religious resilience, and modern military science. If Trump and Netanyahu attempt to demolish this wall, the only result will be the acceleration of the American empire's collapse and the driving of Israel into irreversible destruction. Iran stands brave today as it did yesterday. Trump's threat to kill their leaders has fostered a spirit of struggle rather than fear. Instead, America has become a victim of the tension it created. The world observes that if the U.S. withdraws its military without moving, it faces humiliation. If it moves, it faces a grave. The hour has arrived for the Persian land to prove it is a paradise for friends and a hell for enemies.